During this lesson, we are going to talk about migration. And lots of different types of birds migrate, but I'm going to focus today on ducks and geese and how they migrate. Now, Gardner Camp is located next to the Mississippi River, so we are in the Mississippi Flyway. So ducks and geese use the Mississippi River as a guide in how to travel north and how to travel south. They actually travel south during the winter time so that they can find food where it's warmer, and during the springtime they migrate back north where they have their nesting grounds. So on this map here you can see different red dots, and those red dots show where a wood duck has been banded at Gardner Camp and where they have been harvested by hunters. So you can see the wood ducks travel up and down this Mississippi Flyway. And we'll talk a little bit more about wood duck banding in a little while. So all different types of ducks travel up and down the Mississippi Flyway, and it's really important as hunters to know the difference between the different types of ducks. So at Gardner Camp, we have a lot of shallow wetland areas where there's not a lot of water. It's probably 6 inches to a foot deep in all of our wetland areas. So there are two different types of ducks. There's dabbler ducks and there are diving ducks. And at Gardner Camp, since we have that shallow water in our wetlands, we have mostly all dabbler ducks. And dabbler ducks are a lot more colorful than diving ducks. They have a little bit different anatomy than a diving duck. Here I have my ducks on a stick. Actually, I'll pick up my shoveler here. This is a northern shoveler. He's very colorful. Again, the dabbler ducks, they actually tip up if you've seen them in water. Because they're in that shallow water, they tip their behind up in the air and they look in the water for different seeds and bugs and things to eat. So their anatomy, the parts of their body that make them do this, is really their leg placement. And their leg placement is actually further up in their body than a diver duck. A diver duck, the legs are back a little bit further so that they can dive in really deep water. And you'll find a lot of diving ducks on the deep Mississippi River area. But in the wetlands, you have these types of dabbler ducks. Again, they're colorful. This is a shoveler. Right here on their wing, you can see all different types of colors. The shoveler has a really funny beak right here. You can see it kind of widens out. That's why it gets its name, a shoveler. This is a male shoveler, and that's why he's really, really colorful. So males want to attract mates, so they are very colorful. So that is one way that you can tell the difference between ducks, is to look at the coloration of them. Another way to look at ducks is the size of a duck. So you can see this is a northern pintail, and he is a really large duck. You can see his pintail. That's why he gets his name right here. He's got a really long tail. This is again a male pintail. We have one wing out just to show you the different feathers of the wing and the different colorations in the wing. And then we have one wing tucked just to show you what it looks like when their wings are tucked in. So size, this guy is a really big duck. Back here, I have a green-winged teal, and he is a little bitty guy. So you can tell the size difference between these two ducks. This is a teal, very small, so if you see him flying through the air, he has really fast wing movements, and he's a very fast flyer, and he's a lot smaller. So you know this isn't a shoveler. A shoveler is going to be has slower wing beats and is a larger bodied duck. So the reason why you need to tell the difference between the species of ducks is some species have limits. If you are hunting different ducks, some species have limits. You can only hunt or shoot a couple of ducks of a certain species. So you want to really be in tune with what types of ducks are flying over you in the blind. Another interesting thing to look at with our ducks on a stick here this is a very colorful male wood duck. And you can see his really beautiful head up here. He's got a red eye, really green head, really bright beak. He's just very colorful. But a female looks completely different. So a female up here, she's a lot more camouflaged. So a lot of birds in the wild, the females are very camouflaged so that they can hide from predators and they can protect their babies, protect their nests. You can see in the female, there's a white patch around her eye, and she has a yellow circle around her eye, while the male wood duck has the red eye, really bright red eye. She's mostly brown and can hide really well, whereas a male is trying to attract the female, so he has really bright colors. So knowing your species of ducks, again, is very important. You can see difference in colors, you can see difference in sizes, you can see difference in bill shapes. All those give you clues on how to tell the difference between these dowler ducks. Now we're going to talk a little bit about banding wood ducks. So here at Gardner Camp, we work with the Illinois Department of Natural Resources to band wood ducks every year. We've banded about 1,300 wood ducks since we began operation. Again, this is a male wood duck, and to band a wood duck, or band a duck, any kind of duck, but we specifically band wood ducks, is to put a aluminum band right here around the leg of a wood duck. Once the wood duck is harvested then by a hunter, the hunter calls in the wood duck and reports when and where they actually harvested that bird. The reason we do that is we want to get a good idea of the population of wood ducks out there. The reason why we don't band other species of ducks is because we can do aerial surveys. The Illinois Natural History Survey every week during the fall and winter time performs an aerial survey up and down the Mississippi and Illinois rivers. And that aerial survey can give us indicators on how many species of all these other different types of ducks are living on different lakes and wetland areas along those two rivers. But wood ducks hide. Wood ducks, as in their name, they like to nest and they like to roost in areas of cover, so either in the trees or under lotus plants. So we need a different way to survey their populations. So we use the aluminum bands around their legs and reporting by the hunters when they harvest them. So that is just a little bit of information about our wood duck banding program. Be sure every year we have programs out here that show kiddos how to band those wood ducks, so make sure you look for that. I want to thank you again for joining us during this lesson and during this Feathered Friends Week, and we hope that you get outside and take a look at and try to see different ducks and different birds in your backyard.